Hello everyone, and today I just got to see the new Blair Witch movie, just called Blair Witch. But before we get into this movie, talk about the ads, let's talk about this movie at Comic-Con, and talk about it first. Very quickly, what is my opinions on the first Blair Witch project? The first one right here, I like it. It's not one of my favorite horror movies out there. It's like, I actually have made my own personal top 10 favorite horror movies. It's not on that list. It's not. I wouldn't even put my top 10 or honorable mentions. But I do like it, and as a horror fan, I more respect it and commend it than being a fan of it or being a fanboy. And with that instead, like it's a perfectly alright, good, serviceable horror movie. And yeah, and that was a really groundbreaking. I wouldn't say groundbreaking, but it was a really innovative film. It brought found footage genre to the spotlight of film at a decade when CG and action were humongous. But regardless, it really was a big breath of relief at that point. And the Comic-Con, this movie, the trailer for this movie was the trees, I believe, or something like that. I like that. So that was a dumb name. But the Comic-Con build up, and I agree with everyone. It won Comic-Con. I loved that trailer. It looked incredible. All the teaser type of stuff for this I've seen on TV and on the internet is exceptional. It's the best advertising for a movie of this year, I would honestly say, since Deadpool. And I was like, okay, I wasn't really excited about it. I'm like, alright, I'm optimistic. This seems interesting. So I went and saw this movie, and I didn't like it. I'm sorry, there's something about this movie I just don't like. To be fair, there is some things I do like about this movie, and, pros first, always positives first. First things first, I love how they just establish the characters, and they're like, alright, let's go to the forest. No interviews, no nothing like that, no interesting. It's like, no, they just go straight to the forest. And I admire that in a weird way, even though it was a suicide run. No, I'm just kidding. And there was some genuine tension that I actually did feel. There's a couple, and the last 10-15 minutes are solid. That is the ending itself. Like I said, the last 15 to 10 minutes is damn good. I legitimately felt like my stomach was turning, and I was literally like on the edge of my seat. It felt like I was on the face of a cliff, like looking down, and someone was like slowly trying to push me. It's like you feel like you can't move, even though you can. You're just petrified. The last 15 minutes, damn solid. It really is. And the actors are fine. They are serviceable. They give decent performances. And that's the solid. Let's get to the negative, which I'm probably going to go for about 5-6 minutes on this, because I just don't like this film. Number one, the first thing, when I saw this film, when it was establishing, this main character of this movie is the younger brother to the main girl, and the first movie, this is a direct sequel, unlike the shitty Book of Shadows, which should be forgotten. It's a continuation, and he's like, no, I'm gonna follow my sister, and then is a character's coming to his room, or I think his dorm. I think he lives on a college campus or something like that. I think his friends come over for his house, and they're like, hey man, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, what a bunch of faceless corpses. Like, wow, I couldn't care less about these characters. The way they were developed was so piss poor, so forced, and I just felt like they were so boring. Now, like I said before, the performances, the actors, they do fine. They are serviceable, they do their job. But the characters themselves are so poorly built up, poorly executed, and have terrible, and I wouldn't say they're terrible, but they're just goddamn boring. They're boring characters. I couldn't get behind them. And for me, at least, I was just sitting like the first half an hour of this movie. I was literally sitting there twiddling my thumbs, like, so when are we going to see some scares? Come on. Like I said before, like, yes, they do go straight to the forest, but they meet up with these people who found the footage and they put it up online. That's a pivotal piece of information I forgot. Like the footage, like how the main kid finds it, the younger brother, is like it's found. It was found online on a video. It was on YouTube. I'm surprised the censors didn't take it down, but whatever. No. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, there's what else was that? Yeah, like the characters were so poorly developed, and they meet up with the people who uploaded the video because they found the footage, like the video material, all that type of stuff, on the brink of the edge of the forest, the Blair rich forest that they're in. I forgot the name of the damn thing, or the name of the forest. I'll call it the boring forest. Also, actually, I will say this. Another good thing I want to say is that it's the Foley. The Foley, if you don't know, it's the sound that's added in. Like, you can hear that? That's me rubbing my hand against the leather on his chair. Like, if there's music playing, it's like, check it out. Hear that? It's like, that's really good. And the way that they do interpret that type of twisting of when you grab onto a branch and you, like, one scene in this movie is one of the girls climbs up into the tree to get down a drone, and it pulls out all music. By the way, it's a stupid move. And any found footage movie, don't play music, because it feels like, yeah, they were fiddling with the material that they found. It's like, that really takes you out of the experience. But the way they pull that out and they add in the Foley, it's like when you hear the rubbing of the branches or how they twist and turn, like, all that, like, that really sunk into my ears like a worm. I'm like, that was really good. I commend the audio mixing of itself was really, really good. That itself, that legitimately sent a chill up my spine whenever I could hear those twists, especially when you see that classic symbol of that. Some of them you see, like, those are like, some of them were like the size of this big, to some of them were like 5-6 feet huge. And it's like, I'm like, okay, fine, that's quite creepy. But everything with the characters, which is about 100% of the movie, because you're following this main character and his groups of friends, and his group of friends, and he's like, I'm gonna find my sister to see if she survived or not. It's like, I couldn't care less. In a way, they meet the new people and they're like, hey, we want to come with you, and they're like, oh, we don't know about that. They're like, please, we know this better than you. They're like, okay, they could be a benefit. But everything with the characters, which is the main focus of the film, is so aggravating, annoying, and painful to watch. And I would say it's painful, but I just couldn't care less. Seriously, tell me a reason why I should like this main character. Because he's the little brother of the main girl from the first movie? Show me some real characteristics. Aside from him being a bit introverted or quiet at times. Like, come on. Poorly set up characters. And, pardon my language, but fuck me, the jump scares. They are horrendous. They are awful. I hate jump scares. They're not scary. Why would you add jump scares into a movie if they're not going to be A, beneficial to the actual scaring of the movie, and B, if they not only make overall sense to the narrative, or at least really stick in your head and they were actually legitimately scary. It's like most when they move the camera over and it's like, oh fuck, oh, it's just you. Like, God damn it, you could have done better. And a filmmaker, Wingard, who did The Guest, which I haven't seen, he also did You're Next, which was a really good horror movie, and he was also a collaborative part of VHS 2, which I love VHS 2. That's a seriously great horror sequel that you don't see commonly. But there's just like, it's such a bare bones, simplistic, way too simple, boring horror movie for what it's worth. And it's like, for fuck's sake, this dude knows his material, and he knows how to make it good. I really enjoyed You're Next. I had all this type of stuff that he's done before. So to see a movie like this that's so simplistic and so unoriginal, and it just completely lets you down for what it should have been, a good, unique, traumatizing movie that's a follow-up to one of what is essentially one of the most influential horror films of all time. So please, when you make a sequel after such a great movie, try putting in more fucking effort. That's all I ask. In the end, it's like, again, the good of this movie is good, and I will give my credits for that. But the bad things in this movie are so unforgivably painful, boring, paint by numbers. You know where the story's going. You know what's going to happen in the end, no matter how legitimately terrifying the ending was. And I was scared of it, and I will admit, the ending is scary, but let's just admit it. It was like, without giving away too much, it's very much like the first. And you're like, yes, it does further the material, and it does kind of like what a sequel should do, but it feels so unoriginal, and so paint by numbers, and so standard, and with painfully rushed characters. And overall, you really can't feel, in my view, the real disappointment of the Blair Witch. And in my opinion, I'm going to give the Blair Witch a 42%. It's really not the worst horror movie I've seen in recent years, but yeah, when it really does come to it, I was really bored by this movie. And my experience with this film, when I saw this movie at the theater, the lights, it wasn't like a set or anything, but the lights were actually they were actually having legitimate problems. Like the lights on the side of the theater, they were still on 20-30 minutes into the movie. I'm like, what the fuck, just turn them off, okay? And eventually they turned off, but the lights on the roof of the theater immediately turned on afterwards, and they kept doing that for a good minute and a half. And I'm like, for fuck's sake. Eventually it did stop. But by that point, I still couldn't care less about the movie. I was much more concerned of what the hell is going on with the lights than the movie itself. When the movie isn't sucking me in, it's not doing its job. Please keep me sucked in. It's like, and at that point, I had to go to the washroom, so I went out, and it was at the point during the whole theater when every movie was playing, so the place was almost empty except for the staff employees. It was literally like London in 28 days later. It's like it was holy crap empty. So that was a bit creepy. So I'm like, what the hell? Excuse me. I was legitimate like, what the hell is going on here? Weird. But yeah, overall, the Blair Witch had potential, but it fell flat on its face, and I give it 42%. Everyone, that's my review for this movie. And stick around for tomorrow, which I will have my review for. You're getting Trouble movie 3 reviews this weekend. There's my review for all the movies. But tomorrow you'll get a review from me for the movie of Free State of Jones. That's it. Yeah, tomorrow you'll get a review from me for the movie Free State of Jones. And yeah, I'll see you till then, everyone. Till then, I say to you, goodbye. And save your ticket. Save your money. This movie isn't worth it. Just go see Snowden or Sully, because those two movies were legitimately better than this one. No matter what. Because this movie, by the end of it all, was disappointing to say the least. It had the potential to be something good, but in my view, I just didn't like it. Is it one of the worst movies of the year so far? No, but I wouldn't have to say this is one of the lesser favorites. It really is really the definition of disappointing. It has potential, and it has good things in it, but compared to the bad, it's like it just falls short. In the end, I'm sorry, but I just did not like the Blair Witch. Till then, I'll see you guys tomorrow with my review of Free State of Jones. Till then, goodbye.